Hello artsies. I'm going to show you in this video how to take those mirror surrealist photos and put them together into Photoshop to make some cool results. So we went out in the woods. We shot some photographs with mirrors, with figures holding the mirrors, and then nothing in the background. Now we're going to bring them into Photoshop. And then we want to bring them into Photoshop as a single file with different layers. There's a cool script that we can use in Photoshop to pull that off. So if I go to my menu at the top, File, and go down to Scripts, one of the scripts is something called Load Files into a Stack. All right, so you've got this load layers panel that comes up. I'm going to go to browse. I'm going to find my two images, the blank one and the one with the figure. And I'm going to click this box, attempt to automatically align source images. And that allows me to, or the Photoshop to make any corrections if there was any slight adjustments of the tripod and the camera between the first shot and the second shot. You give it a second and it loads your image as two layers. As you can see in the layer panel over on the right hand side, one has the figure, the second one we shot doesn't have the figure and it's just blank. All right, so what I'd like to show you first is to masking out the frame of the window. All right, so there are different selection tools that you could use. If we have a circular window that you could mask out, you've got this elliptical marquee tool, rectangular marquee tool. I'm going to use this polygonal lasso tool. All right, and I'm going to zoom in a little bit and touch the corners to make a selection of the mirror. Just like so. And so I've got the marching ants that make that selection of the mirror itself. And I've got this top layer selected or active. And with that in place, I'm going to click this button down at the bottom. This button right here is creating a layer mask. All right, and watch what happens when I hit that button. All of a sudden, I've got a layer mask that is masking out everything but what I selected. All right, so all of a sudden, you have kind of a neat effect. You have a floating mirror in the forest. You don't see the hands, don't see the frame. So that's something you could play with for a really surrealist, kind of interesting image, especially if you have an interesting reflection in the mirror. This one isn't great. You can see the tripod and feet and things like that. So I probably wouldn't select it in this case, but it might be useful for you. Now, what I'd like to do is actually the reverse. I don't want to mask out the frame and the figure. I want to mask out the contents of the mirror. So with this layer mask still selected, I'm actually going to go Command I, which inverts that mask. And now you can see that the interior of the frame is now cut out, and you can see right through into the background, which is kind of a cool effect. So it's as simple as that. And then when you're ready to commit to your design, you can flatten your image. That brings it down to one image and you're done. Give it a try.